Okay, so I want to do a review on an item from Todd's Cutler, or Todd Cutler, because I haven't really seen a lot of videos on this range of his stuff. A lot of the videos you look up for Todd Cutler stuff are either on Todd's own YouTube channel or pretty much a lot of videos on Matt Easton's channel talking about Todd's workshop stuff. So the guy who made, well, let me talk about what we're talking about. It is this, the Swiss German Baselard from the Todd Cutler range. And so, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Todd Tedeschi has Todeschi. I don't know how you say it. I'm sorry, really sorry. But he has two websites. He has Todd's Workshop, and then he has Todd Cutler. Todd Workshop is his main site where he does commission work for like custom swords and daggers and shields and all sorts of other stuff, even commercial work. And Todd Cutler is his budget-friendly range, where he does historically accurate reproductions of uh, daggers, mace heads. He does leather work and a few other stuff, but mostly it's knives and daggers. So, onto the dagger itself. It comes with a leather sheath, which is nice. You don't usually get that on a lot of budget-friendly reproduction works. You just get a blade or a crappy sheath. And this is not really a crappy sheath. It could be better, but I'm really not complaining for what it is. So it comes with metal shape, which is nice, and stained black. The staining I do kind of have a problem with. Kind of like rubs thin and stuff. I don't know if you can see in this lighting the light spots in the finish where it's kind of rubbed out. But it's got stitched at the back. It's not beautiful stitching, but it doesn't have to be. You'll never see it. It's even got design work on the front, which is really nice. Hand stamped, I'm assuming. Leather thong, tied on belts. Good stuff. The dagger itself has a 9-inch blade. I don't know how long it is overall, but pretty substantial. Pretty great. The blade is really thick. It's like a quarter of an inch. It's massive, honestly. It's crazy. It's not a high carbon steel from what I could tell. It's kind of like a medium carbon steel or a low carbon steel. And it has really good weather resistance, I guess. I haven't seen it rust yet. Haven't gotten any weird spots or anything like that. So that's pretty nice. It's pretty durable. Talking about the edge, you can either order not sharp from his website, or you can order semi-sharp, which he puts this little secondary bevel on there. I don't know if you can tell, which isn't super sharp. You see me run my fingers over it a few times. I haven't cut myself yet. I would. And so you sharpen it the rest of the way if you want at home. So keep that in mind. When he says sharp on his website, it's semi-sharp. It's not super sharp. So he tells you what he's delivering up front, which is great. The blade shape I really like. Kind of flares out here, comes down a little bit, and then it's pretty much straight, and then tapers down to the point. The cross section here, it's a giant, thick diamond shape. You're never gonna bend that, I'm pretty sure, unless you really try and torture test this thing. But I did a little bit of torture testing on this thing, and no bends, no scuffs, no scrapes. Well, a couple scuffs, but nothing major. No rolling on the edge or anything. So it'll stand up to pretty much anything you throw at it, I'm pretty sure. It's got this little flat part on the blade, so it's diamond. It's got this central ridge up to here, and then it flattens out, and there's this flat portion. The handle is really nice. It's really nicely shaped. I didn't discover till after I got this, because of course that the I guess YouTube doesn't like the word. The people of the Third Reich, who had a problem with Jewish descended people, kind of stole this design and commandeered it for their own. So it's really well known for that, which is unfortunate because it's a very beautiful shape and it feels really good in the hand. But if you look at some of Todd's videos, I'll link his channel in the description if I can figure out how to. But he talks about in his videos about design concepts and a lot of knives and daggers for reenactment and all this other stuff. They have massive handles that are super long and also really, really thick, and they're just horrible in my opinion. They just feel terrible in the hand. They don't feel great. They don't look great. But this, small enough to fit really well in your hand. It feels great. So let's talk about the where the budget aspect comes in my opinion. I can't say for sure if this is representative of everything that's on Todd Cutler's website. This is the only piece I have by him, so I can't really speak to his entire range or product to product. So keep that in mind. But on to finished stuff on the guard and whatnot, and the rest of the handle. So, like here, you can see, I don't know if you can see, but you can see there that the finish isn't that great. You can still see some of the glue or resin or whatever he uses on his to stick everything together. And you can see some file marks on the guard. I don't know how clearly you can see that. I can't get it to focus, so bear with me. And same thing on this other side. You can see some file marks here, and also the glue and resin, hasn't been completely sanded off or anything like that. The transitions between the guard and the grip guard. Keep saying this is the guard. We're gonna call it a guard. But the traditions. Gosh, I'm going stupid, man. But the transitions between these portions, this one is terrible. It's not super smooth and stuff like that. There's actually a rise, noticeable rise there. And then you have this one here, which is perfectly smooth. And then you have on the flats, it's not perfectly done. The central ridge, it kind of, I don't know if I can get the light to show it or not. It kind of walks around a little bit, which is fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then same thing with the bottom here. It's not perfectly ground on either side. So there's that. Keep that in mind. The peen, however, is really well done. It's actually fairly even. I don't know if I can show that very well. The two rivets here are perfectly well done. They're not going anywhere. Nothing on this knife is going anywhere. Even though it may look a little rough around the edges, you're not gonna pull it apart anytime soon. That's for damn sure. And the grinding on the blade, as far as I can tell, is the best quality part. It's evenly done. The ridge is nice and central. It doesn't wander any direction. So, yeah, overall, a very nice reproduction of a medieval dagger. It's not too big. It's not awkwardly proportioned. It's very nicely proportioned. And a little rough around the edges, but If you bought it budget back in the day, it would have been rough around the edges too. Anyways, it's not. It's what it's for is just for protection and stuff like that. You don't really get super high quality, impeccably designed knives until you get higher status, and even then they'll be rougher around the edges then because they're all handmade rather than today where you can cut them out of a blank, grind them to shape, and it'll be perfect every single time. But yeah, as far as I know, he makes all these handmade, so expect a little bit of variation between like blade lengths, blade thicknesses, the grind quality. It's all gonna vary. But overall, it's pretty nice, budget friendly. It was a little over $100 for me because I bought it straight from his website and I had to deal with shipping and customs and all that nonsense. I know some of his stuff is on Cult of Athena. It's a little cheaper. Take that for what it is. So yeah, good quality product. I think he did a great job with it. So hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you later.